Pradam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandegam Shri Guru Shri Udapatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Shakrajadam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Anvitam Cha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatade Shadarine Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Besha Kripa Sindhu Vayevacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनदारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यईश्वरं हरिः ओम् ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतेरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः Hare Krishna, a warm welcome Suma Mataji, Krishnamurti Prabhu, Archana Mataji, Padma Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
Yes,
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी प्रणाम।
Barnali Sen.
हरे
Mataji,
कृष्ण।
Barnali Mataji, when did you join?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. 2 minutes back, Prabhuji.
No, in sense, how many months you've been with this team?
Not long, Prabhuji, only a couple of months, I suppose.
Yes, I'm seeing you for the first time. Padma
Yes,
Mataji.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम।
Chitra Krishna Sevani Devdasi, Hema Mataji,
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम।
Vamayi Mataji, Meenakshi Mataji, Nandini
हरे
Mataji,
कृष्ण प्रभु जी
हरे
दंडवत
कृष्ण
प्रणाम।
प्रभु जी।
Saranya, Shanti Mataji, Sharmila,
हरे
Shiba,
कृष्ण हरे
Shobha,
कृष्ण महाप्रभु जी।
Sunila Shri Radha Devidasi, Vasudha
हरे
Mataji,
हरे
Veena.
कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम।
Those who present here and those who will be joining, my humble obeisances. Today we'll be discussing. I have a hard stop at 10:20. So 10:15 I'll wind up. 5 minutes we'll have question. 10:20 we'll try to close this. So today I may not be reading the regular pattern of the entire purport. One shloka translation and the last shloka translation and purport can quickly volunteer and you just read it so that we can start it. And we are reading from Shrimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 9th chapter, Dhruva returns home. And this is actually the Dhruva's prayers. In any of the Srimad Bhagavatam, you want to understand the essence, then we have to read those prayers. Queen Kunti prayer, Bhishma Stuti, Gajendra prayer. Similarly, this is the Dhruva Maharaj prayers. Very wonderful, and every single shloka needs to be discussed in detail. But today we will whatever we can possible, we can do it. So I need quick volunteers who read only the shloka and translation. And the last shloka, you can read purport. So who wants to volunteer?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Shall I call out the names, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please, you go ahead. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Vasudha Mataji, you can read the shloka. Shobha Mataji, you can read the translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Vada Vadataya Vayunayedam Achasta Vishwam Sukta Prabuddha Ivanatha Bhavat Prapannaha Tasya Pavargya Saranam Tava Padamulam Vismaryate Kritavidha Kathamartha Bandho. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji and Mataji. Synonyms, translation, purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O my Master, Lord Brahma is fully surrendered unto you. In the beginning, you gave him knowledge, and thus he could see and understand the entire universe, just as a person awakens from sleep and visualizes his immediate duties. You are the only shelter of all persons who desire liberation, and you are the friend of all who are distressed. How therefore can a learned person who has perfect knowledge ever forget you? Haribol, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Rupamai Mataji, you can read the shloka. Sudha Mataji, you can read the translation. Hare Krishna. Shanti Mataji, you can read the shloka then. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
विमुष्टमदैस्तव
Hare
माययाति
Krishna.
ये त्वं
Sorry,
Mataji,
Rupamai Mataji.
I
Yes,
was
Mataji.
unmuted, Mataji, that's why.
Yes, Mataji. Then you continue, Mataji.
Nunam bimusta matayastava mayayate ye tvam bhavapaya vimokshanam punyahito achanti kalpaka tarum punapopa bhogyam chanti yat svajajam nirayapi nirnam. Thank you, Prabhuji. Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Persons who worship you simply for the sense gratification of this bag of skin are certainly influenced by your illusory energy. In spite of having you, you are like a desired tree and are the cause of liberation from birth and death. Foolish persons such as me desire benedictions from you for sense gratification, which is available even for those who live in hellish conditions. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shanti Mataji, you can read the shloka. Chandana Mataji, you can read the translation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna to everyone. Ya nirvridisthanubhritam tavapada padmadhyanat bhavanchana shravanena vasyat sa brahmani swamahimanyapi natama bhut kim dvandakasi lulitat tatatam vimanat.
Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My Lord, the transcendental bliss derived from meditating upon your lotus feet or hearing about your glories from pure devotees is so unlimited that it is far beyond the stage of Brahmananda, wherein one thinks himself merged in the impersonal Brahman as one with the Supreme. Since Brahmananda is also defeated by the transcendental bliss derived from devotional service, then what to speak of the temporary blissfulness of elevating oneself to the heavenly planets, which is ended by the separating sword of time. Although one may be elevated to the heavenly planets, he falls down in due course of time. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
This one, entire shloka, purport, translation.
Hare Krishna. Mataji is volunteer for reading. Hare Krishna. Bhakti Muhu प्रवहतां त्वयि मे प्रसङ्गो भूयादनन्तमहताम् अमलाशयानां येनाञ्जशोभनम् उरु व्यसनं भवाब्धिं नेष्ये भवद्गुणा कथामृत पानमत्तः. Hare Krishna Mataji. Sarika Mataji, you can read the translation. Krishnamurti Prabhu, you can read the purport. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. My Lord, the transcendental bliss derived from meditating upon your lotus feet or hearing about your glories from pure devotees is so unlimited that it is far beyond the stage of Brahmananda, wherein one thinks himself merged in the impersonal Brahman as one with the Supreme. Since Brahmananda is also defeated by the transcendental bliss derived from devotional service, then what to speak of the temporary blissfulness?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Mataji,
Mataji.
translation.
Number 10 she is reading.
Oh, sorry,
Mataji,
Mataji, sorry.
11 you are supposed to read. Hare Krishna.
11, sorry.
Yes, Mataji.
Dhruva Maharaj continued, O unlimited Lord, kindly bless me so that I may associate with great devotees who engage in your transcendental loving service constantly, as the waves of a river constantly flow. Such transcendental devotees are completely situated in an uncontaminated state of life. By the process of devotional service, I shall surely be able to cross the nascent ocean of material existence, which is filled with the waves of blazing fire-like dangers. It will be very easy for me, for I am becoming mad to hear about your transcendental qualities and pastimes, which are eternally existent. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranams Mataji. Purport by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki Jai. The significant point in Dhruva Maharaja's statement is that he wanted the association of pure devotees. Transcendental devotional service cannot be complete and cannot be realizable without the association of devotees. We have therefore established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Anyone who is trying to be aloof from this Krishna Consciousness Society and yet engage in Krishna Consciousness is living in a great hallucination. For this is not possible. From this statement by Dhruva Maharaja, it is clear that unless one is associated with devotees, his devotional service does not mature. It does not become distinct from material activities. The Lord says, Satyam prasangam manavirya sambhavito bhavanti rita karna rasayanaha. Bhagavatam 3:25-25. Only in the association of pure devotees can the words of the Lord Krishna be fully potent and realizable to the heart of and ear. Dhruva Maharaja explicitly wanted the association of devotees. That association in devotional service, this devotional activities is just like the waves upon a incessantly flowing river. In our Krishna Consciousness Society, we have full engagement 24 hours a day. Every moment of our time is always busily engaged in the service of the Lord. This is called the incessant flow of devotional service. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranams.
Hare Krishna Aditi Mataji, you can continue Mataji. A Mayavadi philosopher from the...
Okay, I think we are on time. You can read that later. So thank you, everyone. So today I have chosen the topic of association, devotee association. There are many themes which Dhruva Maharaj brings. And he is saying, like, he's a 5-year-old boy, what he can pray. If you ask any 5-year-old boy, pray, he wouldn't know. So he put into the so awkward situation, and Krishna understood, and he touched with his conch shell. Then Dhruva Maharaj started glorifying Krishna. And he said, now, what is that? Everybody, right from the hellish planet, everyone has that enjoyment. I was just asked for the material enjoyment rather than looking for the spiritual. And one thing very significantly, he says that, see, this, give me one thing. What is that? Give me that bless. What is that? I associate with great devotees who engage in your transcendental loving service constantly. Give me one thing. What is that association? There's nothing else they're asking. It is wonderful. 5-year-old boy, Prahlad Maharaj, he went to the forest, Madhuvan, and he was meditating and he see Krishna face to face. So the bhakti is all about in association performing this devotional service. One second. Let me know if you're able to see my presentation.
No, Prabhuji, no, right now.
You're able to see now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So I've taken the theme of seeking Vaishnava association. Can we live without breathing? No.
No, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji.
Similarly, sometimes we think association is additional activity. I will take some time whenever there is association possible. Otherwise, I chant, read and hear, it's all right. It is not all right. So without association, there is no way you can progress in the bhakti. So association is something Prabhupada says that it is important. Now, there are different types of associations, and there are different type of sat and asat sang. So we will try to see how much are possible today, including the glories of association and why we need to do this association, which Dhruva Maharaj is asking at the age of 5. Why he's asking, apart from everything, the standard prayers, but he's asking, give me association of Vaishnavas. Now, there are two parts are there. So this Sangha can be, or Satsanga, Sangha can be divided, association can be divided into Asatsang and Satsang, right? What we are doing, it's a Satsang. So in the Satsang, so always Rupa Goswami says, avoid the non-devotees association. That could be predominantly divided into two categories. One is Sri, another one is non-devotee. Is unwanted women, like those who are not good characters, so associating with them, and as well as the non-devotees. The non-devotee can be categorized into Mayavadis, atheists who are not believing in the God. Mayavadis also come in the category of non-devotee, where Mahaprabhu says one who hears from the Mayavadi and the entire thing is life is waste. Then those who are too much attached to material attachment, then what happens is you also tend to develop their association. So it is not only the association is with non-devotees, even with the devotees. If it is not useful, one should rethink about the association. But in general, what we assume is association. Okay, I come together, I hear Bhagavatam and go. That is not association. Association has various levels. For example, there is one mud part and there is one brass or whatever metal part is there. Both of them are really friends. One day they went to the river and there is a huge current is happening. So the metal part told the mud part, hold on to me. I will protect you. Don't worry. I will not easily break in this water current. So you can hold on to me. Both are very good friends. And the mud part said, sorry, I don't need your help. You know why? Why the mud part told, I don't need your help? It said, whether I hold on to you or not, anywhere I'll break. See, metal part and the mud part holding together, it, in the waves of current, what will happen? The damages will be there. Irrespective of you're holding it or not holding it, it will have damage because it might both of them collide and mud part will easily break. Is there any way I'm holding it does not matter to you? Thank you for your help. So similarly, we might have association with the devotees, which are bare minimum, we all agree. But it just like that, I give the same standard example of going to the hospital. If somebody has some disease, every day 6 to 9, he goes to the hospital, he sits in the veranda and comes back. Will he get cured? No,
No,
right?
Prabhu.
And other person he goes, he also meets the doctor, but he doesn't take the prescription of the medicine. Will he be get cured? The answer
No,
is
Prabhu.
no.
No, Prabhuji.
But the similarly, association does not mean, Prabhu, not even single ICF class I missed in the last 3 years. I have been taking association. It does not mean that you're progressing in Krishna consciousness. So yes, it has good effect. It has good sukruti. But will it lead to a transformation? Will it cure your material disease? Answer is 50-50. So then when we move on to the satsanga, the actual association, asatsanga we understood. What is satsanga? Satsanga can be divided into two categories, vapu and vani. Satsanga means not only the physical proximity of physical closeness, vapu, the bodily. No, vani also association. You can hear Srila Prabhupada lecture. Prabhupada is not here, but he is present in the form of books. So pure Vaishnava's Vani also you can hear. That is also association. That also comes under association. Now, one time Prabhupada told what is association means. The bed bug, very closer to the body of human being. If you know bed bugs are there, it is very closer to the human being, but it will suck the blood. It will not do anything. Similarly, I might be serving greatest Vaishnavas. I might have access to my Guru Maharaj, my senior mentors, sannyasis, brahmacharis. But what is the use? If I'm going to be a bedbug or just I'm going to accompany them and come back, of course, it has its own transformation will happen. But more than that of a bedbug, one who inquires. So let us see what is the shlokas which explain Srila Prabhupada, what is the actual association means. See, for the neophyte devotees initially who are coming to Krishna conscious, it's okay to have just generic association. But as you progress, then there are various levels of association, Sajatiya, Snikte, Sadhu Sangha, Svatobare. So that's what I'll try to explain, try to see what is it all about, right? So when Ramanujacharya was walking, this famous story we all know, he threw some of the Mahaprasadam, what he ate, to the ponds where the fishes were there. And the fishes, as soon as it ate, it got 400 form, and they all went back to Godhead. So there are disciples who are following behind him. Many years, they're all stalwarts. They know the Vedas. They've been serving Ramanujacharya like anything. They've been taking Mahaprasadam. They have been eating a lot of from him. Dust, they are taking it, and regularly they have initiated by him. But they're not going 400 form. They said, and Ramanuja, after some time, he was walking and he saw this disciple is not following. And he said, what happened? Why are you not following? They said, Guru Maharaj, you have to explain something bewildering to us. These fishes, it is not initiated by you. Just by throwing your Mahaprasadam, they went back to 400 form. But we have been doing this for many ages. Why it's not happening to us? He said, the fishes are very simple. They don't discriminate. They don't judge without any reservation. They took that Mahaprasad. Then we will happen. So we might be also having association. We might judge people. We might have discrimination. We might have so many anarthas. The fish did not add any anarthas. So we might have so many anarthas. Still you associate. There's no effect will come. That's what I was trying to make a point. Satsanga means it is not just physically be away, hanging around. It is not so. And the fishes were not hanging around, but the devotees were hanging around. But still, they could not able to make. They could not able to believe what they were seeing it. So another example is the constant association of Vaishnavas is the only way to progress, only way to overcome the anarthas. Otherwise, you will not progress. One time, Yudhishthira Maharaj was asked to go to the forest, right? Then all these Vaishnavas, Acharyas, they said, how can you go leaving us? He was having constant association. Then I said, we also come with you to the forest. He said, no, I'm going as per the, things. I will go and come back. You don't need to come with me. But they all came to the attachment because of Yudhishthira Maharaj. And they used in the forest also, this Vaishnavas, they used to continue to have association. And one time Duryodhana came to see how his brothers were doing it. Then he was caught by the Gandharvas, and he was arrested. So he was asking for help. Then Bhima was so happy, Duryodhana is gone. Now he'll no more trouble. Arjuna was so happy. But Yudhishthira said, no, he's our brother. We might have so much differences, but outside the world, we are a 105, not 100 people. Just go on, save Duryodhana. That's the time Duryodhana gives a boon to Arjun, saying that whenever next time when you ask for some boon, I'll give you. That's the time Bhishma has all the 5 arrows to kill all the Pandavas. That time Arjuna goes and asks Duryodhana, remember, I saved your life. Give me that boon that all these arrows, you give it back to me. That's how Krishna reminds this activity, and Duryodhana gives back all those things. That's how Arjuna was saved. We all know this story. Why this constant association of person of Yudhishthira Maharaj able to think beyond the bodily concept. Oh, still is my brother. Let me go and save him. It is not appropriate for me to kill, even though he did so much. So that is the power of association, right? If there are like stones or bubbles are there, when you put it in a drum and you rotate it, so it has rough edges. So what happens is always there is a clash. When the devotees are association, there will be always clash. Always there will be something you talk about him. So all those things will happen, but over a period of time, what happens? The bubbles will touch each other, and it becomes very smooth, soft. Similarly, our Krishna conscious will be molded in association only. Yeah, I'm alone. I'm not doing any other active association. Then the bubble will remain as a rough surface, and it will never be able to progress in the bhakti. So that's why I said it's like a breathing. Association is important, but what type of association I do, that is further more important. So let me emphasize a few more qualities of association. One is that it is the basic to the bhakti. Your anarthas, if you want to go, then through association only go. And your behavior, the good qualities, you will imbibe from the other person. There was a thief who was stealing everywhere, and he was watching, different gurus. That guru had very rich royal disciples. He thought, let me go and steal there as well. So he was there in association with them for some time. Then one time, king called everyone. He said, you get married to my daughter, I'll give half of my wealth. And half of the sannyasis went. He said, there's nothing to do. We don't have nothing to do with material life. We have already given up. And there are some few Grahasthas disciples. They also said, see, we are already married. What is the fun in marrying one more girl and having all this property? So we can't do that as per Dharma Shastra as well. So, and they all left. Only this thief was left out. And the king was watching him, and he said, ask, do you want to marry? He said, nobody wants to marry. Why should I also get struggle? And he left. But his intention was not like that. But he wants to, steal and enjoy the property. But when offer was given, that's due to the association, he could able to change his perception ideas. One time, Narada Rishi was there, and there is one Maharaj. His brother was not a devotee. Then he asked Narada Maharishi, can you please advise my brother? He's very cruel. He would kill. He doesn't like Vaishnavas. Narada Rishi tried to go and preach him, but he gets angry. He's trying to kill Narada. Narada was running for his life. While going, he said, when you die, when you go to Yamaloka, ask Yamadharma Raja, if there is a last desire, ask what is the power of association. That he went and told and left. So this invariably this person dies. He goes to Yamaloka. Yamaloka, Chitragupta reads all the papa he has done. Then they said, you have to be punished. Tell me any last wishes. Then he remembered Narada Rishi's word. Then he asked this question to Yama, that what is the power of association? Then he said, see, I'm not too sure. I need to ask Brahma. Let's go to Brahma and ask. It's a good question. I also need to know the answer. Any of you asked a good question, let's go. Then they went to Brahmaloka. Brahma also said, see, I'm not really sure. Shiva is the better person. We can ask him. I know a little bit, but Shiva is the better person. Then they went to ask Shiva. Shiva said, no. I don't know anything about this. Better we ask Vishnu. Then they went to Vaikunta. Then Narayana smiled. Don't you know the association, a small association of Vaishnava, which is Narada Rishi, has taken him to the Vaikunta, a sinful person who is supposed to eternally suffer in hellish condition. He went to Vaikuntha, see this king, all three of you have come here. So it means that the person has already come to Vaikuntha, means where he will go to hellish condition. So all your sins are eradicated just because association of the Vaishnavas. So all our bad qualities, the bhakti has to progress, the confidence, the determination to continue our sadhanas, this all will happen in the association of the Vaishnavas. So there is a wonderful Vaishnava bhajan, Ohe Vaishnava Thakura. Chaya bega tumi chaya dosha sodhi. So in that he is asking, Chaya satsanga deho hai amara. So in this wonderful prayers, he's telling, teach me to control my 6 passions, rectify my 6 faults, and 6 kinds of holy association. So he's talking about 6 kinds of association. Association means it's not physical proximity. So number 1, invite the devotees to their house. You go to their house, discuss the devotional topics, take Mahaprasadam, and offer the Mahaprasadam. You take Mahaprasadam, you also give Mahaprasadam. So these are the activities as per the description of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. What is the actual association means? So in other words, we can see from Rupa Goswami nectar of instruction, right? Tadadi pragranati guhyam akyadi prachati bhunkte bhojaite cheva satvida priti satvityam priti lakshanam. There are 6 types of exchanges one should do. One is offering gifts in charity, devotional gifts. You give to other person, you also receive. Accepting charitable gifts, that revealing one's mind in confidence. This is the topmost thing. We might have association, you might face difficulties, but you are shy enough to ask the other person, what should I do in this kind of situation? Opening your heart to the confidentially, not to everyone, because they might judge. Says there is a person who is very immature, then you will go and tell everyone, oh, this person, he told me this, he is still doing this, he is not able to overcome this for regulative principle, whatever it is. But this you should open in confidence whom you trust and see, how do I solve this problem? It could be your Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. Unless you go to the hospital, take the prescription, and following the prescription, then your disease will be cured. Just by going to the hospital every day, your disease will not be cured. Just by hearing Shrimad Bhagavatam every day, your diseases will not be cured. Just by keeping your prescription but not taking it, it will not cure. That's opening in mind in confidence. In your doctor, you don't hide anything. Doctor will say, tell me the truth, because he has to treat. We don't tell lie to the doctor. We tell whatever it is, this is what happened. This is what happened. Please give me a medicine. So that way you have to open in confidence. Then, of course, accepting prasada. The prasada is again a very, very scientific. So then you take prasadam. These are the loving exchanges similar to what Bhaktivinoda Thakur talks about. This is a wonderful meditation one should do. This is actual. So another 10 minutes, I will take you to what is that opening the mind in confidence, right? That's what I will talk through. But before that, few more glories of association, right? So there was one rishi who was like, he wants to give away all his family and he wants to go and meditate. So he leaves the city, goes to the forest, and there he is living in seclusion and meditating and praying. And his attachment to the material things have gone away, and he's very much progressing. He's almost like closer to Indra. So Indra got a fear. What if this guy's become Indra? Because he was doing so much tapas and austerity, and the entire planetary system is getting heated. So he thought, okay, if this guy continues, then he might become Indra. I should stop his tapas. So he goes to him, disguised as a soldier, and he says, can I stay for one night? The other person knows how bad association can cause havoc in the life. He knows the purpose of association. That's why he was living secludedly. He doesn't want to meet the materialistic people. But he thought for a while and said, I don't know about you. So your association, good, bad, I don't know. So it might affect. So he was thinking internally, and he said, no, actually, if you want any help, you eat and go, but you can't stay here. Then Indra was thinking, how do I spoil him? Because he's not taking my association. He said, okay, that's fine. I'll keep this sword. I have a sword. I came here, it is too heavy. I lost somewhere, but I will find out my way. But this I will take it once I take it later, find my way. He said, that's okay, you can keep it and go. So Indra kept that sword and went away. This person was doing regular as usual activities. One day gone, second day gone. He thought, why this person did not come to pick up this sword? 1 week gone, so there a lot of dust accumulated. So he was cleaning ashram, so then he moved it little bit. Then after some time, 1 month ago, after some time, he said, okay, this is lying. Let me cut some creepers, vegetables, and started doing that. Sometime point in time, there was a snake came. He cut the snake. Then he started killing people and stealing money and all. So it's a small sword. We might think, oh, this is association, but just, by small is without knowing ourselves, it will creep into our life. So that way, this is very, very important. What kind of association we have, even though devotees, it's not beneficial. It is harming. There are somebody devotees who've been keep on criticizing, who've been keep on, what is it? Blaspheming the other Vaishnavas, we should keep a distance. It's not mean that every Vaishnava, they are also in the hospital, they will take some time to treat. It does not mean that I closely associate with them. We also imbibe that quality. Right? There, these three alvars are there. Udat alvar, Peya alvar, Pohe alvar. So this is the power of association. Even Lord wants to have the association is desperately waiting. Where is my katha is happening? Where is katha is happening? This happened in Tamil Nadu. This near to Thiruvannamalai, there is a temple called Thirukoilur. There's a huge Trivikrama deities are there. With your normal eyes, you can't see. He's more than 15 or 20 feet tall. So you have to bend and lie down literally on the floor to see the entire form of the Lord. So that huge he is. So that's a wonderful temple. Shiveshna temple, when you get a chance, you can visit. This is one of the Divyadesham. And this initial alvars, they're the foundation of the bhakti. Then after Ramanujacharya, everybody came, right? So when this one alvar, he came in the evening and it was so dark, it was raining and there was no shelter and there was a small hut. He went and stayed there thinking that overnight I'll stay, next day I'll go. There's another alvar who also happened to come by and he knocked his door. He said, can I come in? He said, of course you can come in, but there is no place to sleep. There's one person can sleep, but two of us can sit and entire night we can spend and discuss Krishna Katha if you are okay with that. He said they're very happy. They started discussing about Krishna Katha. The third alvar also arrived. He knocked the door. Then they said, see, look, there is no space here. It's very small. One person can lie, two people can sit, three of us can stand overnight till the rain ends and we can discuss Krishna Katha. Then they were discussing so much ecstasy. Then there is one more person, fourth person started nudging them, and they feel like there is somebody's fourth person who is coming without their answer. They asked, "Who are you? Who was the? Here only three people can stand. There is no other space." Then the Lord said, "I am the Lord. Vishnu has come. You are discussing so much about my glories. I want to hear. I want to have your association. This is the longingness the Lord Himself has." Then they started immediately glorifying pashrams. That's how the first pashram started. Everyone, 100 pashram, they just glorified the Lord. That's how this Nalayara Divya Prabandham came to existence, right? So this association, what is that we do in the association? Glorifying the Lord, opening the mind in confidence. That's what happens. There is one more wonderful example of Kulashekhar, not Kulashekhar Alvar. Tirumangayalvar is the 12th last Tirumangayalvar. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it said Bhakta Pada Dhuliyara, Bhakta Pada Jala, Bhakta Bhukta Aveshe Shatina Mahabala. There are three things you should take Vaishnava's association. One, the dust from the feet of the Vaishnava, water washed from their lotus feet, and food's remnants left by the devotee. Narada Rishi, son of Maidservan, how he took the Mahaprasad of this Vedantis and became a wonderful devotee. So this dust remnants feet of the water, it can do miracles. This Tirumangayalvar was a kind of initial days he was more of a thief, rogue, but very what is it, Parakarami. He's a good fighter, he's a good Kshatriya, and he had 4 friends. So nobody able to defeat them in anything. They can do whatever they want. So the king Chola thought he's also powerful, but he thought, okay, instead of punishing him, I will use it in my army because he seems to be very talented. Then he said, okay, I'll give you a small place. You don't go for all these bad things. You don't do it. You become a king of small land. Then you rule this, and whatever tax you pay, that's fine with me. Then he was so happy. Then Tirumangayalvar was doing that. Then he happened to meet this Kumudavalli. He said, I want to marry you. She was a Vaishnavi. And she said, I'll give you two conditions. One, you take Diksha from bona fide Sampradaya, any Acharya. Number two, every day, 1,000 Vaishnavas, you have to wash their feet and take their Charnamat. If you do it for a year, I'll get married to you. She knew that the power of the association of the holy people. One is initiation. Second thing is taking the Charnamrit washed by the devotees, 1,000 people every day. And he has to feed. So what happens is he started using all his money in the Gajana. And slowly, it is a small village, a small kingdom, right? He exhausted all the money. He didn't add any money. Then he didn't pay any money to the king. The king was really angry. He said, you're supposed to pay me money monthly basis. Tax, you're not paying tax. What's happening? And then they both fought. Then finally, king said, okay, I will waive off. Don't do it going forward. You have to give me the money. But somehow, after 1 year, he gets married. Then he has so much attachment, so much transformation happen. The Srirangam temple, whatever we see in Tamil Nadu today, he is one of the main contribution. He was building that 7 walls, right? He's also happened to melt the Gopura gold melted in the Gopura. It's like Tirupati has a golden Vigraha Vimana. That is also done by Kulashekar Alvar. So there is huge thing I can talk about it. So what I'm telling is the transformation of the person happens when you're in pure association. You take all these items, right? So so quickly, it is 10:13. I'll quickly complete this shloka of the association going deep, right? So there are various categories. We talked about it, right? This is a wonderful shloka again from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, Shrimad Bhagavatartanam Ashavado Rakshita Saha Sajatyasya Sinigdha Sadhu Sangha Sato Vrite. So this is what I was talking about, the Seva, Vapu Seva, right? There are 4 categories. Sajatya Snigdha could be a material association. Sajatya means my family members, my community, or the same profession. You can say Sajatya means Sagajati, so the same community or same profession you do. Snigdha means I have some inclination. So what happens is when you take a mentor, right, you tend to go to the same community member or same person and take association. The second one is Snigdha. I have some affection. It could be junior. There could be association, can be junior to senior to junior in the peers, right? And non-devotees. So again, there is another shloka, how one should divide equally across all this association. Because you keep on taking only junior association, they'll keep glorifying you, then you will not find your faults. If you're taking senior association alone, you will not preach. And there is a non-devotee, you need to be compassionate. And you're to your peers level, they can give you feedback. There are certain things senior, junior cannot tell, your peers can tell. So all things are important. So that's what I was trying to bring out. The Sinigdha means more of a your your so much affection, fatherly affection, or it could be whatever affection. Then those kind of you want to go for cooking, or you want to only for deity worship, or you want to do only stitching or flower garlanding because you love that person like that. After some time, suddenly the person is not there. What can happen? This association can stop. Your bhakti can stop. Sajati also, if there are not proper members in a particular place you're supposed to go, then you might not feel comfortable and you might drop off. That's why many a times you see somebody is really good initially coming to Krishna conscious, they would grow like anything. After some time, they will no address will be there. That's because of this type of association. They were having association. You said, Prabhu, anybody has association, they should progress. You talked about so much glories. But why there are somebody suddenly dropped out? That's because he could be Sajatya. I liked him, he speaks Telugu, that's why I want to associate. After some time he goes, he also goes away. Right? Sadhu Sangha is more of a transcendental activity, spiritual activity. The previous can be a spiritual as well as material. Sadhu Sangha is someone who like-minded people get together and do it. Still, You might get the prescription, but you cannot follow. But Sattva-vritta is something, you have somebody who's senior, who have seen you. He can guide you. He understands you. It's not the person who doesn't know about you. And you can openly open your heart, which I talked about, right? Confidentially opening your mind, and he can see through all your mistakes. One who is observes you, then he will correct you. Those kind of association is important. One above you who is senior, whom you can look up to, whom you can open up to, and he has a time. It is not, there are so many senior Vaishnavas that they may not have time for everyone. He understands you, sees you. That kind of association in that satsanga, then you would open up your heart, you will tell your problems, then you will progress. Otherwise, just coming into the association does not mean that there will be a progress. So I would stop here for quick corrections or comments. Anything you want to ask for a few more minutes, then I would stop in 3-4 minutes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Mataji's or Prabhuji's, anybody has any doubt? Raise your hands. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. There are no questions, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Sunila Mataji has a question, Prabhuji. Yes, Mataji, you can.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranams. Actually, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I just want to know, when a Vaishnava sannyasi visits home, so what are the etiquettes to be followed, Prabhuji? By, taking association in regarding that, what are the etiquettes we need to generally follow, Prabhuji?
If you see, you should warm welcome him. You have to receive from where he stays first thing. Go with a nice car, whatever option available. If it is available, then take and bring him with a nice clean car. Then once he comes, then you can have kirtan. If there's family members, then wash his feet if he allows, with milk and other things, and give him a proper seat to sit. Then give him initial, something to initially to quench his thirst. Then ask about the Krishna Katha. Then feed him nice prasadam and give him some honor of token of something spiritual. It could be money or whatever it is useful for the sannyasis. Dakshina when he wants to go and seek their blessings. And the husband should wash the feet, and the wife should help and take all the water, holy water, in the entire family. And once he leaves the Mahaprasadam, not in front of him, after he goes, the family can take those part of the Mahaprasadam, mainly hearing from him. If other formalities you cannot able to do, at least hearing from him, inquiring about him, about the spiritual topics is very, very important.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Mataji. Yes. Sarika Mataji, you can ask Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, very nice class, wonderful points about association of devotees. Prabhuji, I would like to know that, like in today's world, we all move from one place to the other because of our job. So I have had that history that I have moved a lot because of my family and my job. So every time when I go to a new temple or a new congregation, we have to make new associations with people. So sometimes I feel that when I visit a new temple, it is very difficult to penetrate the groups that are already formed in the temple. And I go to the temple, I do smile at Mataji's and I do say Hare Krishna, but I am unable to be part of any group. So what are your recommendations, Prabhuji? How can we overcome that?
Will your group change when you go outside?
Prabhuji, I'm not initiated.
Okay. So generally, irrespective of generally advanced, once you initiated, you will not change the group even though you're not able to, you move around things. One thing is that's the point I was trying to make. There are various levels of association. Like what you're talking about is your peer level. When you go to the temple, I want to have some association. That is important. I'm not telling that is not important, but always you should have one senior person whom you wherever you move also he knows about you. He's been seeing you, and you already established a relationship, and you've been taking advice for him constantly. There are a lot of mentor-mentee team I know. They come from Mumbai to here in Bangalore. They still connect with them yearly once. whenever possible, when he comes, still they go and take his mentorship, because that person knows complete history of this person and what is he would do and what is that. So that's what I was trying to tell, these 4 levels of association. There is one person you should have constantly, that you have to find out, that you have to make an effort, you have to make a relationship, you have to build a relationship. Otherwise, it is, I said, I'm going to the hospital, I met some compounder, not the proper doctor, and came. Without doctor prescription and following it, the diseases will not go. Other thing is that for that I should have only one senior, then other associations are not important. It is important when you do as a peer, you get enthusiasm. When you go to the temple, somebody says, okay, that person will, Mataji, I'll drop you, why don't you come? Or somebody will say, no, you come, I will give you some service. So you need to have that association as well. So that's why I said various level. One is to junior, to the senior, your peers, and non-devotee. These are 4 levels of association one must have. It's not that optional. All the 4 is not optional. All the 4 are mandatory. In that, having a senior person whom you can open your heart, that is more important, most important. And also you should have peers, you should have some juniors, some seniors, then you should also have non-devotees association. All 4 are important.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Padma Mataji, you can ask Mataji.
The senior association will not vary time frequently. What I was trying to say is to your answer, the senior person whom you have a relationship, wherever you move, still he will continue to mentor. The peers might change because you're not having that proximity. The juniors might change again. But at least there is in the 4 association, there is one person which will not change. That part is fixed.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I understand. Yes, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So is it okay to take one more question, Prabhuji, from Padma Mataji? Yes, Mataji, you can go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Very, very enlightening class. Wonderful. Prabhuji, I have just one short question. That my Guru Maharaj, he doesn't let us wash his feet. So how do we take the water?
You can take is, generally they give impressions of the feet, or they give wooden chappal, whatever Maharaj wears, and they give us a prasad. You can wash that. If it doesn't allow, that's fine. But there are many acharyas, they don't mind. That's wooden kind of slippers, they would wear it and give it as a Mahaprasad. That you can keep it at home and worship. You can equally do the abhishek. Then when he's walking away, without seeing him, you can take his dust. That is also equally beneficial.
Yes, I do that, Prabhuji. I do that.
Yeah, so if he's not allowing to wash, like Prabhupada lotus feet, we keep it, right, impression. So you can take impressions and you can worship. It's as good as that. Or you can take some shoes off or whatever he wears, then you take it as a Maha, keep it at home and worship them. There is other Vaishnavas. If Guru Maharaj is not allowing, that's humility. So there are other Vaishnavas, pure Vaishnavas, you can take wash their feet.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Worst case, you have always access to Srila Prabhupada lotus feet. It is available universally. So you can wash his feet, abhishek every day. Instead of his murti, you can abhishek to the feet also, take Channamrit. No problem.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Wonderful. Hare
Krishna,
Prabhuji. Pranam.
Prabhuji, I have a question, Prabhuji. Like, how can one take the association of devotees while chanting, Prabhuji?
While chanting?
Yes, Prabhuji. Like in the association we chant also, Prabhuji. So I just wanted to know.
Okay, this is 10:25. I have hard stop. So can we do some time?
Okay, Prabhuji, I'll ask the question in I'll ask it to, some other class, Prabhuji, in other class. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. We'll end with the Vaishnava prayers. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anandakoti Vaishnava Prabhupada Shrimad Bhagavatam.
Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. All glories to you, Prabhuji. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Permission, shall I
Mataji.
end the session, Prabhuji?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.